Hi, everyone. Beretta Provost here, coming to you live from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And I am going to be mixing things up in the next few weeks. So, for those of you who are just joining, say hello, drop a hi in the comments. And also, for those of you watching the replay, hello, hello, hello. Let me know that you can hear and you're alive and well out there. And what I want to do with this live, so the 317 episodes is actually from Facebook for all of you watching on LinkedIn and YouTube. I know I will get the actual episodes figured out for you. But I wanted to start sharing some stories, some personal stories. This came from a really good friend of mine who said, that she wanted to know more about these personal stories and then kind of have a moral of the story at the end, and also continue with the entrepreneur interview series. So for anyone interested, you can reach out to me through any of the messenger channels if you would like to be featured on the show. And I know I'm working on some other interviews coming up and kind of put a hold on those things for a little while. But let's go ahead and get started. So I wanted to talk about being resilient. And the story that really popped into my head when I thought about this is when I was in high school and my parents got divorced when I was quite young, so 3 years old, went with my single mom. And money was always a struggle. So, she was out there doing it on her own. She also had a lot of mental health challenges along the way. And so I had gotten a job at a movie theater. And this is when I was in high school. And funny enough, my sole goal was to be able to buy a bike for myself. Now, one of the things that I will say that I didn't share this goal. I didn't share it with my mother. I didn't really share it with a lot of people that this was a goal to have this bicycle. And part of the story not only is about resilience, but then also expectation, which so I get to the end of summer, I have this beautiful trek bike picked out and want to be able to go mountain biking. I wanted to take it with me to college as I was thinking about wanted to have an extra mode of transportation and have this, but I didn't really communicate that to my mom. I think she had an expectation to help out with some of the bills around the house. And she and I ended up having probably one of the biggest fights that we've ever had in our entire relationship. Because I wanted this bike and she said no. And I remember that for the first time in my life, she actually hung up on me in a conversation, which we had never done that before. We'd always been able to at least have a civil conversation. And that she didn't want to talk to me. And then when I got home, she'd actually put all of my stuff from our tiny little apartment out into the hallway and written me this note. And I'm sure her version of the story, I need to ask it, is slightly different, that there was miscommunication on my part and we didn't communicate goals as far as my whole purpose for saving money, and maybe I was supposed to save money for to pay for certain things, and it wasn't really communicated very well. So I come home and all of my stuff is out in the hallway with this long note for my mom about how I that we were having this big miscommunication, which was kind of crazy. And I was kind of devastated that I thought, I'm being such a responsible human that I don't want to go out and spend it on something stupid, although she perhaps had a different expectation. And I felt so defeated. And that I just remember that that was one of the first moments that I thought, you know what, that this is something that I really want. And I've got to figure out a way to either negotiate, communicate, be positive, figure out a way to get this bicycle. And eventually we worked it out, and we did have come to an agreement, and I was able to get my very first bike that I had ever purchased on my own, besides the trike with like the streamers. I did have a strawberry shortcake bike. For any of you who had a strawberry shortcake bike and remember strawberry shortcake, I'm completely dating myself. Put strawberry shortcake, put me some strawberry emojis in the comments. But, I was able to work that out. But I just remember that feeling of being so devastated and like defeated for something that you really, really wanted. And it was one of the first opportunities for me to like really reevaluate, how can I make this happen? How can I communicate? How can I get over this feeling of defeat? And I think that you'll find that people who are really, really successful in life, that they have a significant amount of resilience. And especially for those who are in our own, have our own businesses, entrepreneurs, that you continually are faced with things, number one, that scare you. Like, you don't think that scared the crap out of me, that all of my stuff was out in the hallway. It scared me. And also that you face those fears, and then you figure out a way to make things happen. So you become a problem solver, and part of that is that resiliency. So that is, the story that I wanted to share with you about the first bicycle that I ever purchased on my own. And I would love to hear your comments about if you have any stories yourself about resiliency and how important that has been for you and your journey. And as we get to the end, a little side note, headed out tomorrow for Mrs. Idaho America pageant. I will try to give lots and lots of updates for that. Was definitely having like lots of nerves yesterday, feeling a little bit better today, only because I have so much to do to get out the door, and we're taking the whole family. But I'm super excited to share more about this experience. I will share some of the stories from this weekend. We'll try to pop on. And I know that we're trying to get it to live stream. It might have to come from my phone. We'll see. I will probably bring at least all of my equipment that we have, or some of it here, so that hopefully you can see some of it live streamed. I don't know how the audio will be, but we will do our best to get that to you. So thank you guys so much for all of your support, for the fabulous face, for all of your amazing messages, comments, texts, and everything. Like, just absolutely, love all of you, and super excited to share more about the weekend. So with that, have an absolutely incredible Wednesday. For those of you here in Coeur d'Alene, get out and enjoy some sunshine, and we'll talk to you soon.